welcome everyone to another episode. We survived one week this podcast. Um, my name is Ali. This is the ARA podcast, and I'm joined here with Asir and Rylan. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So in this week, in this week's podcast, we're gonna be talking about how like how memeable World War III is, right? You guys know the memes. You guys heard of that, yeah. And like this enigmatic masterpiece from like 13 years ago, this Black Ops 2 Call of Duty. We've played that. We talked about this. We've delved deep into that like last episode. Yeah. How I was saying it was my most favorite shooter game ever. So we're gonna talk about how it predicted this global risk situations, stuff like that. And also uh yeah, about mine and Acer's shared experience with Jujutsu Kaisen as a manga. So, we are gonna start with the World War III. So, how did this meme of World War III, how did it start? What triggered it? What do you guys think?
So I'll go first, right? So I think that the moment there is a geopolitical tension, right, between two nations, and
Yeah,
the violence starts, basically the entire online community, the Gen Z or whichever community is the most online, they start trolling about it, right? So it's like, oh no, World War III, all the nuclear memes, all the I'm fine, this is fine, that
this is
meme.
fine. Yeah, the one
So it's that basically it's a Gen Z. This is a weird way to cope because what can they do? Like they are just a bunch of kids or young adults at this point. And what can they actually do to make a
uh,
difference?
they
So
just
all they do
hide
is make
their
memes.
they can just hide their weak demeanors behind their keyboards and just type, like intense typing. Oh yeah, World War III is funny. Yeah, yay. You know, and how
Like, I
like
did have a point to say about this. Basically, what Ralan said is definitely correct, but it gets to a certain point where it is funny, and it gets to a certain point where it is concerning. I think our generation also has never seen war, so we don't really understand how serious that is. And I think that is one of the driving factors of what creates these memes because it's just memes to us, guys, until it actually happens and it is like actual suffering. But until then, it is
that
just memes, man.
that's real right there. Yeah. But you know what? Like if it's not happening to us, bruh, who cares? Am I right?
Bro is trying to speedrun getting cancelled in the second episode of this podcast by being insensitive. The people who support pro or
No,
any one side
no,
of
no,
the
no.
argument
Listen,
or the
listen,
nation,
listen,
we
listen,
are going to
listen.
cancel him in the comments right now.
No, 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 no. Wait, wait,
The
wait,
amount
wait,
of
wait, wait, wait.
dislikes.
No, wait, listen. I'm saying
How dare you not
for the
have an
people who
opinion? I'm
feel
going to cancel you right now.
no, no,
Exactly.
no. Like the people who suffered actually, yeah. Condolences to them, obviously, but like the fact that like we have like the our brain has been hardwired so much to these memes that we just can't take anything seriously anymore, like any World War III situation we just like haha next, like a Instagram reel, like ha what's next, World War IV, something like that, what's next, nuclear warfare, what timeline. Like it's we have been desensitized to such a degree, like it doesn't matter at all, no matter how hard we try it. Like people make it so serious, but then if it's not worth your time, you seriously don't care about it. That's how the new generation is.
So I,
If you all agree,
Yeah.
you can agree to disagree. It's fine.
yeah, I agree to some
I
extent, of
mean,
course.
yeah, and about what Ravan said, like you not picking any side of the story, I wanted to make a point about that. It's like if you are, I mean, in this era where information is everywhere, you get to hear both sides
Yeah,
of the story, and you start to realize that both the sides are playing this agenda or propaganda game. So it's like you want to support one particular side, but you just cannot because you know both the sides are absolute dog. Basically, they just don't like have any actual material thing to fight about and they just push their propaganda. I think this might offend some people, but I can never bring myself to support any side of the war. It's
For
just me,
real.
maybe I
For
don't.
real.
Yeah,
Both
I
sides
just
are
feel
like
like,
coming in.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
saying
you.
that I just feel like it is in human nature that we just tend to like fight amongst ourselves. Even if we have resources, we will create an issue to have the better side of those resources for ourselves.
For real, man. Like both sides have like really good arguments, but like you don't know what to pick. Ah, this side is actually like not bad. Like, oh, they're like a superpower, but the other side, like, oh, they got a good argument too. Oh my God, who should I pick? It's a stalemate basically. It's like a, it's hard to choose these days. Anyways, I guess
I have a
Rylan,
question.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so I wanted to ask, like, what are the funniest World War Three memes you guys have seen? And I'll start first, right? So it's not directly World War Three as such, but it is like a war meme. So I remember watching this film. I can't quite recall the name of, but it has starred this main character, Simon Pegg, and
Oh yeah,
so he basically develops the power to do whatever he wants. Like he becomes God due to some context, right, in the film.
of
Anyways,
course.
so one of the wishes he
That is-
does, he's like, let there be no reason to have wars, and he snaps his finger, and that comes true. So he turns on the television. He's sitting on the living room with his dog, and I have no idea what I was about to see. So the people on the news channel are saying that country A has started a war with country B for no reason. So he did not word his wish properly, like the loopholes in the wishing the genie stuff. So now the wars are still happening, but they're happening for no reason. That was the funniest thing I saw. Oh.
Nah, bro, what the hell?
So I've seen coming back to memes, like actual memes. I've seen so many different memes among like Instagram and stuff. It's like people are being unrealistic. Okay? They tend to think that they're in a film or something. So I've seen memes of like me and bro escaping a nuclear bomb on our Apache 160 or something, and it's always like the most funniest memes ever. It's like it's so bad, and at the same time, it's so funny that you can't just like you feel pathetic towards the situation we are in as Gen Zs, and what we can do is just take our bike and run, bro. Like just sit on my back, we are gonna bump over those speed bumps, and yeah, we're just gonna go.
This is not a zombie apocalypse. Like if a bomb falls, you are not outrunning it, my dude.
And the classic
Exactly,
GTA
that's the
6,
point.
the
It's
classic
like
GTA
people
6.
are
Like we go through all of this and like, oh wow, we're getting World War 3 before this GTA 6. We're
Yeah,
getting clear warfare with GTA
classic.
6.
the
What if
before
someone
GTA
Yeah,
decides?
6 meme template.
What if someone decides to nuke Rockstar Enterprises? What are we gonna do? Like, is there even gonna be a GTA
Cry
6?
about it.
What were all these memes for? Imagine, cry about it. Yeah, exactly.
okay, so
So,
actually, as we were talking about like not picking a side, I think if any country or any particular group of people try to bomb Rockstar games before GTA 6 releases, I think we all know which side we are gonna choose.
I mean,
I
it's
think we all,
obvious.
yeah, agreed. Obvious, bro. Anyways, there's this one game that I think I talked about it before, but I would want to dive down on how,
Before we
how the
go
event.
to this game that may predict, I want to talk about one more meme that I've seen circulating online
Oh,
regarding World War Three.
yeah?
It's
Oh, okay,
about
sure.
escaping how to get drafted for World War Three, right? Like me and the boys getting
Oh
drafted to World War Three,
Oh,
coming up with those
okay.
ways,
All right.
to
They go
escape.
to door asking, bro,
oh,
you look healthy.
actually, Actually, now that you mention it, I do have a few more memes coming into my mind. So we have this one particular song, it's called Little Dark Age, and people use that a lot in like historic war memes and stuff. So I've seen a lot of memes about like people just saying, oh, like the CIA has this propaganda where the skies have these invisible speakers and they play Little Dark Age while you're fighting in the war. And it's not like
Exactly.
machinery, you get your swords and stuff and you keep respawning. So there's a respawn mechanism, and you have your
Wow.
favorite song playing while you're doing a war. I mean, that's something I would love to get drafted for.
Yes,
Wow.
the Dark Souls reference.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
uh, what's that one meme? I'm like, I can't keep my finger on it. It was so funny. Like I always forget the funniest things, and when the situations are like really serious, like it suddenly just comes into my mind, and I can't hold my laughter. It's like that insert Ryan Gosling meme, like he's just laughing like this, like it's like it's weird how my brain works
There
sometimes.
was this another meme I watched, right? That you know how feminism leads to women empowerment, and I'm all for feminism, by the way. Don't cancel me. But there was this meme of like
Started.
an animated woman star, you know, doing the chores, you know, cleaning the desk or cooking the food. So the caption was, "Feminism going out the window the moment drafting for World War III begins."
Oh shit. Oh god. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Like
What
it might be a bit like a sensitive topic, I would say, but I have seen memes where women like actually admit like now that the war has started, I would love to like just stay at my home and like do the household chores, man. I don't want to go to war. And I mean, I don't blame them, man. If I was fighting for equality, all of a sudden war just pops in out of nowhere. I'm gonna do my household chore, man. I'm gonna turn into a girl the moment the war starts.
maximum effort, right, guys?
Yeah.
Anyways, so I guess that's enough memes. What three memes? But I would like to. There's a parallel to this World War III situation wherein, and we're living in that current timeline. It's like the storyline of the Black Ops 2 campaign, guys. So basically, what the campaign was is the CIA, okay, the Black Operations Unit, and then there is the terrorist organization that is led by a ex-cartel leader named Raul Menendez. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but the events are so like the events transpired here today, like the China USA tension, or like the World War III tension, or the nuclear warfare, North Korea hopping in and stuff like that. It's all shown in the game. Like you guys won't. If you play that campaign, it's like obviously there are gonna be some inaccuracies, like who the president is. The president is still Obama in 2025 for some reason, but like you guys get it, right?
Yeah.
But it's so freaky. Like there are machines everywhere. There's an attack in Los Angeles, of all places, not Washington D.C., where the White House is for some reason. But yeah, like and it's like global tensions, like the cyber attacks, the terrorist groups and stuff like that. Like that game will make you go bonkers. It's a classic. It's a timeless classic, and it'll never die. It'll never die because it's tied together to this timeline. So what do you guys think about that?
I did have something to say about this. I think I've seen this one particular game. I'm not sure if it's Black Ops or not. But there is this one huge plot point that one of the superpowers put a big traffic rate or tariff rate, I mean, for imported goods and stuff like that. And that is one of the big reasons why this international risk happens and Cold War and stuff. And then it
Really?
eventually leads to a war. I think it is Black Ops 2, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was so accurate. Like, but if you're in your childhood and you play any of these games, you know you're gonna select one side of a political spectrum and just gonna grow up with it.
For real, for real. Rylan, do you have anything to add?
So he spoke about tariffs. I don't want to make this too educational, but I think tariffs are generally, you know, anti-global trade. So they usually have ill effects because all round trade actually. You know what? No, this is turning into my economics textbook back in
No,
undergrad.
yeah,
Let's
we don't
talk
want
about the
that.
game.
We don't want to
Let's talk about the
bore the
game.
audience. Let's talk
So
about the game.
I
Yeah.
mean, what was your initial reaction, right? Since you played the game firsthand, right? I don't think the other two of us have. And now you're like, the moment this started to happen, it's like, oh wait, it's 2025. Oh wait,
Ooh,
it's World
I
War
could
Three memes.
I could go on. I could go on with that game because there are like six endings to that game. Your
Hmm.
choice matters in that game.
Wow.
So like yeah, multiple endings. Like if you, they give you multiple decision making scenes. Like it's quick time events.
Oh.
You have like a 10 and like you have to kill this or this person, or you have to like kill someone else or sacrifice yourself. So you play as multiple characters in that game. You're some Middle Eastern guy, or you're some Spanish dude, or a Russian coward guy, or like a CIA agent, something like that. And like they all have names. They're like important to the story. So it's like, bro, that when the devs have you say when the devs have put their soul and heart into the game, that's how I felt when I was playing Black Ops 2. It was so great. Yeah. So, oh my God, there's so many discrepancies over here. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, 10, 13 years ago, a timeless classic still holds true to today. The graphics quality is amazing. I feel like you guys should give it a try. The campaign, like seriously, when you have free time, it's one of its kind. Seriously.
I think you could do really good in a sales job because you have like sold me to that game. I'm gonna try it out now. That
Nah,
is
bro.
definitely on
Nah,
my
you don't.
list.
Nah,
Bro's earning commission. Bro secretly works for Activision.
nah.
I bet his
But
bank account is gonna see some good times today after this podcast.
Yeah, the numbers are going to be in green.
Yeah.
but so, guys, what's your favorite shonen?
Well, that's a
No,
good
like
question.
seriously.
That's a really good question, actually, because we cannot talk about the
And
early
you can
shonen.
choose
We can talk
one,
about the modern shonen. So,
only one.
yeah, of
You can
course,
choose
just
only
one. This is going to be a tough pick, huh? Oh, really tough pick. Hmm.
So
Yeah, Dan to
if
Dan.
I
I
had to
think Dan to
pick,
Dan is shonen, right?
it's a modern shonen, yeah.
Yeah,
Sort of.
I'll go with Dan to Dan. A recency bias, sure, but I think that's it. It's a very
Dan to
Mhm.
Dan,
unique
huh?
concept. I've never seen that alien and spirituality, spiritual thing, a clash between that. It's a very unique concept.
You
The
guys
premise
will
is
get
nice.
mad at me for this. Like this might be Ali L right now.
All
I
right.
haven't finished season one.
Hey, you know what? I can let it go, let it slide this time. But make sure by the time episode 3 comes out, you're all caught up. Then we'll be cool.
Nah, nah, I haven't even seen the opening of like season two, bro. Like, and these days I'm like skipping every ending. Is that trash? Is that
I
trash,
wouldn't
bro?
blame you for the longest time. I skipped opening and ending even without listening to it for the first time or even one time. So I'm not going to point fingers before pointing
People
them
are
at
gonna
myself.
hate. People are gonna hate us for this, bro. They're gonna,
Yeah.
how dare you? My
How
favorite
dare?
anime, bro. My endings, bro. What is this? I made the anime. Well, how? You made the anime? Anyways, so for you it's Dandadan, and for you, Asir, what's your favorite shonen?
So I had
You
two
can
picks
pick,
that
you can pick manga and you can pick anime. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. So the two picks that I had was either Naruto because I had a really good childhood memory or whatever you call it, a good experience with that anime. I did not watch the anime when I was a kid. I used to play these Naruto games on my PS2. So that is one thing I understand that it's a bit overrated and stuff, but it is good. I'm not gonna lie with you. Coming to Shonen, they have one of the best fights and anime and stuff. I would definitely say the best pick that I can have in my recent life is Jujutsu Kaisen. As we guys know, it season one was a banger, season two was a banger, and eventually it got to this manga situation where we are waiting for every single chapter in a week, and that I don't want to spoil Jujutsu Kaisen for you guys, but there is this big fight that goes on. Like there's this one big arc. It is even more major to the series as compared to Shibuya, which was season two. So imagine that is how big it is. So it's like revolved around this one big fight that was like hyped from the very beginning. I'm not gonna reveal anything, but yeah. So that is one thing that definitely got me excited for a matter of at least 2 to 3 months. Ali has heard a lot about it. We used to sit in college together, and I would eat his ears on a daily basis, like what is going on with that manga. Hey, Ali, do you want to hear a spoiler, man? Do you want to hear a spoiler? And
With
then
the sacred treasure, I summon.
I would just go ahead and like ruin his entire experience. But that was not even one of the biggest points why I liked the game. I mean the anime. What eventually like got me even more hyped was the memes, the brain rot memes that came along with Jujutsu Kaisen. The Na I'd win and the
Yeah.
throughout heavens and earth, I alone am the honored one. It's like so many brain rot memes. That Jogo time the strongest and stand proud and Sukuna. It's so good.
Bro,
Like if you have went down into that rabbit hole, you would start to realize that that anime had something special going on for it at that
are you
particular
strongest
time.
because you're Asir? Or are you Asir because you're the strongest?
Don't do it, Hollywood. Don't start. I'm not gonna end if you start like this. So it's just a big rabbit hole, bro. So yeah. I would say Jujutsu Kaisen, we had one of the best times with that particular anime or manga. Me and Ali used to sit together in his like colony, and we used to like sit on a seat together with the sun out, and we're gonna watch like Jujutsu Kaisen together. These weekly episodes, we used to watch that. It was a great experience overall.
So
It was
speaking
nice.
I do
about
have a lot of
yeah.
I'm sorry. So I was saying that I do have a lot of honorable mentions as well. Like Chainsaw Man is one of the
Hmm.
better side
Oh,
of like modern shonen animes. Apart from Chainsaw Man, I don't think I have anything else that comes close to Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man for modern anime, for modern shonen. But I would definitely say for older shonen, I think the trend has fallen off at a certain point because you don't see these animes as trending anymore. They are not considered cool or like one of the best moving forward. I think One Piece is still striving and surviving, but eventually it might fall off as well until the ending comes.
not
But
really.
I think the era for older
Watch.
shonen is like it's kind of over. Like you pick one of the three big threes. I would say one is Naruto. I think is one of the big threes. One is Bleach, and one is One Piece. You watch one of them as your first anime, and it just sticks with you throughout your life. It's like it is your sort of religion, basically. So that's my take on like shonen animes in general. You guys wanted to go ahead.
I got the most vanilla choice right now. Like the most vanilla, but it's like the most base. Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Nothing
Ball,
wrong
of
with it.
course.
Classic.
We
Cult classic.
we love Dragon Ball, right? We love Goku just shouting for like 3 episodes straight, and then like he's constipated or something, and then he achieves a new form to beat the enemy and stuff like that. He saves the earth, and he finishes the entire restaurant worth of food like in that one like go. Like that's the most classic. Like every game that I played, like it was tied to Dragon Ball, whether it was Budokai series or the Tenkaichi series,
Isn't that the same?
or like
Budokai Takeshi.
They
Budokai
are different series.
Are they? Wow.
Tenkaichi is
I
basically
never
like you
noticed.
can. It's like a free roam, it's like a sandbox style fighting RPG. Budokai is just a side by side, like it is like 2D, like you can just do this and stuff like
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
Bro, so nice. PS2 man, PS2 the most classic, like the most Dragon Ball games I've played were on the PS2, obviously, like the most affordable games. So yeah, that's Dragon
mhm.
Ball for me. Like super and like currently sparking zero, but like I guess it fell off. It didn't hit the same, I guess.
I mean, it's
So,
like a
um,
fighting game, right? So it's only going to last a certain while, then the shininess falls off. There's okay two things, right? So one about Dragon Ball, one about Jujutsu Kaisen. So to you, Asir, you say we're not going to spoil Jujutsu Kaisen. But do you know on screen right now for the past 10 minutes, there's a very prominent manga panel for Jujutsu Kaisen on the screen that the viewers are really shocked to see. And to you,
What?
Ali, you know in
Oh,
Dragon Ball,
that one.
in
what?
Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama wondering how do I make Goku stronger? Let's add his hair length or the hair color and add a new number at the end of Super Saiyan.
Let's just give him rainbow hair color, man.
That is really resonate with
Unicorn Super
LGBT.
Saiyan Ultra Max 9,000 billion. You can ever see those old YouTube videos like with Goku with going from base Goku, then SS1 all the way up to like SSJ 19 billion
Yeah,
with like the
yeah.
hair covering the entirety of your screen.
Yeah, I've seen this
Oh
video.
Bro,
man, that is another rabbit hole. Like if you were into Dragon Ball Z back in the day, or let's even say like Naruto or something, back in like YouTube when it was like just starting off with its baby steps, they would have these insane like fan content where you have like officially Super Saiyan 4 is like the maximum we had at that time. But for some reason, people knew what Super Saiyan 5 was, 6 was, 7 was. It goes all the way until Super Saiyan 100. And for some reason, they do not start with like
oh,
101. They go from 100 to 1000, 10,000, then Super Saiyan X, then Super Saiyan Z. It's such a Dragon Ball slop kind of thing. You just make the glow stick a different color and you give it a new power. And it's one of the coolest things ever. Like, I remember watching this one Super Saiyan 100 sort of artwork, and it's just Goku with white hair, and the hair is like all over the place. You just
Covering the
make the
screen.
hair longer and you change the color, and that's just like the strongest character that can like solo your verse and stuff like that. Yeah. And another thing about like AMVs, you guys would know about that. Like back in the early 2009s and 10s, they used to have these AMV sort of things where they would play this
Electric Park
Linkin
and
Park
Evanescence.
Indian song. Yeah, it's like one of those metal bands play a song like that, and the anime will go on in the background. It's one of these epic moments. For example, Goku becoming Super Saiyan for the first time along with that background music. That was one of the like I would say that rabbit hole goes deep because if you experienced that in your childhood, you would know that that was one of your favorite things to like revisit again and
I
again. I
still watch
remember when
it
I
to
used
this day.
yeah, I remember when I used to have a bad day, I would just like turn off my YouTube. Back then, we did not even have like an Wi-Fi sort of thing, so I just used to risk it. I would go to YouTube. I would like search Linkin Park in the end, Dragon Ball Z. I don't even have to search Dragon Ball Z. Like if I just search in the end, it will pop up with those Naruto and Dragon Ball Z videos, and it's just an amazing experience. Like you watch one video, you're in your prime childhood, you're gonna enjoy that thing, bro.
Add it to the playlist, bro. Just add it to the watch it on repeat and just get goosebumps every time and like pretend that you're Goku going Super Saiyan, dye your hair all yellow and shit, and just like go and just like shout at everyone like that comes like just yo take me Kamehameha, something like that.
There is something about the early 2000s anime aesthetic. How old the different art style back then, and how the old the early 2000s music songs they just hit different in the 20s,
Really.
2020s. Just gives you a hit of nostalgia, taking you back to a different time. It's like everything sounded different, tasted different, looked different back then. I don't know if that's the rose tinted
Like
glasses.
and the quality, like I get it, it's like low quality, but like they put their heart and souls into it to the foremost, like the highest level they possibly can, obviously. Like it shows the amount of like soul that goes into it, right? Like Linkin Park, something like that. Or like, okay, compare a band from like right now to like a band in 2000, and like just hear them side by side. Like we're not gonna talk about it. Like you can actually feel the difference in heart and soul. Like today, it's just like garbage. It's like trash. It's just like slop, and like people are eating it. Like if you guys would agree.
the
Um,
the reason is also different, right? Back then, like I'm just again one of the many reasons is this this chorus culture for TikTok. So they don't focus on making the whole song. Even if you notice, like older songs used to be longer, 4, 5, 6 minutes long,
yeah.
and now all the focus is on making short songs, 1.5 to 2 minutes, and all focus and the creativity is gone just to make a catchy chorus. The rest of the song is dead, just so that the chorus can go viral on TikTok and be used as a background song.
It's kind of sad, to be fair.
You actually have a really good point about that. So it's like these days edits, reels, and all shorts and all are becoming like extremely prominent. So artists mostly focus on that one part of the song that can be used in edits and reels, and it is like highly marketable, highly promotable. If you hear that actual song, the full version of it, you would realize how bad it is. It's just that one chorus part that looks or seems good, and because you keep playing that one chorus part, like Spotify thinks you like that song, and you eventually have to listen to the entirety of it. Even if you don't like it, it starts to grow on you, and that's how it becomes a market. That's why I feel like music these do not have that much of a soul compared to back then. Because if you hear like OG bands, like let's say Linkin Park, Radiohead, and stuff, they had these aura to them, though. They had this. Sort of efforts that they wanted to put in the song. They put their souls in the song. I don't think that is the case anymore. It's just all not. I wouldn't say AI slop. We are not that far ahead, but it's just all the TikTok slop at this point.
It's just brain rot right now. Like
Yeah.
Speaking
it's just
of
Gen Z
AI,
shit.
AI just happens to sneak into every conversation, right? So I'll tell you something. So there
Every
is this
time, every
AI
time.
tool called Suno, and it's I think so it's this tool. It's a generative AI song tool. So basically, you just type in the lyrics and the genre and
Huh?
the type of singer and everything, and it will develop like a half a minute song for you or like a 2 minute song for you, and it will give you 2 or 3 varieties for free. Of course, it has premium plans as
Was
well, and it
free.
is crazy how good it is. You can just write any lyrics you want, make it sing in R&B style, a rock style, EDM, pop, any style you put in there,
Yo,
instrument and all.
I
It's
guess we got
crazy.
our title song then. I
Yeah.
guess we got a song for our
No, I think
podcast.
there is still some permission things like you can't use it, blatantly. Again, there is
Ah,
like copyright stuff on that.
ah,
Even if it's AI generated, you'll have to go to the TNC. Boring stuff.
that's too boring. Yeah, I hate how everything is like under an NDA or a TNC or like a terms of condition violation. Like you need to beg for them for permission. I know it's fair, like because they own the music and stuff, but like YouTube, like gets you violated for every single thing. Like it's a pretty risky space, you know. That's what I think.
YouTube's like, how dare you play this one particular song? Like, not even a song. I heard some
How dare you
background
play
noise
this
that
line?
sounds
How dare
like
you this
this.
word?
Yeah, so like you have this particular background sound. I'm so sorry. It hears like something that Sony already owns. You'll have to take down your entire video and maybe your career as well, and you move out to something like an accounts job because this is not for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just gonna have to rip apart your
How
entire
dare
channel
you?
for
How
one
dare you
second.
play the amp? How dare you play the acoustic guitar, the plucking of the strings,
How
my
dare you?
plucking of the strings?
How dare you?
I'm gonna have to like end your career for that 1 millisecond. Anyways,
Exactly.
so Asher, you were you had some pretty bad experiences with life.
Oh, yeah, recently, right? So I wanted to share this one experience I had with a particular product that I brought not too long ago. So it's a pretty funny story, actually. And you would start to realize that this happens in your daily life. You just don't realize you get exploited for it. Or maybe you just luck out and you don't have to go through the situation I did. But hopefully, I can make you aware like what happens and you don't have to fall for this type of thing again and again. So recently, I brought this one particular laptop cooler things. There's this one particular stand you keep your gaming laptop on. So I have like an RTX 4050 laptop. I thought that was an essential. I need that for my daily gaming and stuff. So I brought this one particular stand and I use it on like beneath my laptop. I keep it over there. And there are these five different fans that work to keep your laptop cool whenever you're using it. So you just have to plug it in and it will work accordingly. Recently, let's just say I have this one particular brand. I'm not going to name them or anything. I would just prefer to not spread that type of energy. But what they did was, I mean, I brought the laptop from them. It was around 8 months in, and one of the biggest fans that is in the middle that did not like it, the light will play, the light will be as it is, but the fan will just not seem to work.
Just
I
broke it.
sort of thought like what exactly is the issue? I thought there was a wiring issue, but I thought I shouldn't take matters in my own hand because I don't want to fall for this one particular thing where your warranty says that you open that particular product and hence your warranty is voided off. So I did not want to like fall for anything like that. So I contacted the company. I filed a claim. I sort of like shipped my product out to them. What they did was they retained my product for a few days, for at least a week, by the way. And they did not even give me a confirmation that they received it. I had to go ahead and ask them myself, like, did you guys receive my product? Is everything good? And they're like, huh, yes, sir, we received your product. We are looking into it. 3 days later, they update me saying that my product was damaged. And I'm like, if it was damaged, why did you guys say that you received my product and everything is fine? How can it be damaged 3 days after that? Which still doesn't make any sense to me, by the way, but it is what it is. I guess that company has my product. I don't even know what is going on. 1 week later, when I asked them for a proof of why exactly how it was damaged, they sent me a video on my WhatsApp 1 week later showing like what exactly is damaged. Trust me, there was nothing damaged in that video. I was trying so hard. I showed my entire family. Like my dad is one of the people who are really good with the technical, like technician sort of stuff, like mechanic and shit. It's like your dad thing.
Every dad
It's
is
just a father
yeah,
thing.
every dad is
Yeah,
good.
I showed it to him. He's like, "What is wrong with that? Isn't that how it is supposed to be?" He doesn't even know what a game cooler is, but he knows. Like he has his head around these stuff, and even he's like, "Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why they're saying it is damaged." I guess that was it. That is the deal. Okay, so my warranty is lost. My product is, I think, lost. So I contacted these guys. I was saying, if it is damaged, what would you guys do by keeping it with yourselves? Why don't you just ship it back to me? I'll see what best I can do about it. Trust me, that was not a good experience. I sort of regret doing that. So what
How
happened
long
was
did
these
it take
guys,
you to
yeah.
get done with the whole situation? How long did it take you?
So I'll let you know the exact calculation after it is done. So okay, so it took like at least a month for them to actually ship my product back to me, back to my house. I don't know how it takes a month because the pickup time was 1 or 2 days at max. I used to contact these guys every single day. There will be never a confirmation from their side, or they will never be the first ones to text me like what exactly is going on. Okay, so I had to contact these guys for at least 3 weeks. And after 3 weeks, one of them, maybe an employee, wanted a promotion. He's like, "Sir, I will be the one to get your product to your doorstep." That guy also took a week for him to ship out my product. So, like 1 month later, I finally have my product with me. Trust me, nothing is damaged in that particular product. I don't know why they rejected my claim saying that it is damaged. You know what's the craziest part? When they picked up my product, I was gonna provide a big box because I did not have the original one. So I was gonna provide a big box which was covered with like thermocol pads and stuff to make sure it is not damaged. The pickup guy rejected my box. He put it into his own box, said that this is not valid. It is too way too big for the shipment. We can't accommodate that. He put it into his own box. He did not put a single protective layer. And then these guys are going to claim that if there was a damage, like the product was damaged because of me. How? It
Scott
was you guys who replaced my
Mhm.
packaging. That does not make any sense. Okay, so when I finally got my product, like 1 later, I think it was just 3 days ago. I did not tell you guys as well, like what happened after that, so that you guys can have a genuine reaction. What happened was I woke up early, like 8 in the morning. I'm not even in my right state of mind. I opened the cooler myself with like all the screwdrivers and stuff. The entire issue was just that the fan, maybe it was misplaced due to like carrying it around in my bag or something. So the fan was just a little misplaced. I opened the product. I pushed the fan a little bit to the right hand side so it is in the center. So the middle fan works now. As they claimed that my product was damaged, one of the fans were not working. I don't even know. I saw that the wire was a bit loose. I fixed it myself. I just pushed it inside. All five of these fans work now. That was all that had to be done. So imagine like a 2 month dispute, and that was all that had to be done. I was only scared that they will like void off my ID, and that is why I did not do it myself. But now I regret it. I wasted 2 months. I'm pretty sure my laptop will have some thermal damage between these 2 months, man. I swear to God. So it's like after that, I'm never gonna be
Classic
applying
lab
for a
enjoyer.
claim. Yeah, like that
No
brand
issue.
is never gonna hear from me again, bro. Like they are dead to me. They are never gonna hear from me again. I'm just gonna go to one of the other
They lost
brands.
valuable
I think.
monopsony customer right there. Ah,
Exactly.
You
So
know,
what I told them was I was a huge fan of you guys' product. Like I saw one of your controllers as well, and I was definitely looking to buy another controller for myself because I needed that transparent RGB thing going on recently in the market. I wanted some of that stuff. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it from you guys anymore. And guess what? That is when they decided that yeah, they should actually ship my product back to me. So it's like unless you start pulling the comparing card from one brand to another brand, they just don't listen. They think you're just a fool who knows nothing about the market. Bro, I have like four different gaming products with me. I know what every single brand is up to, and I have a favorite now. I'm not gonna name drop, but that is a favorite brand. If you guys want the name of that brand, I would definitely be happy. Just let us know in the comment section. I'll give my recommendations. But as of right now, I won't name drop anything.
yeah.
the company
That
that you
was
had
a
a bad
wild
experience
story,
with, the motto
bro.
there ought to be like, the CEO must be like, how bad do we want our service to be? And all the employees being like, yes, sir, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The worst. Let's go for the worst of the worst. We don't care about customers. We care about
They must not even
and our
have
job.
a customer care department. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
they do.
they don't.
Like, how does it take like
So
a month for, this whole process? Wow.
And
They're
it's a
losing customers if this is the thing
small
going on.
table fan. Yeah, it's a small stand. And like they take two
no.
months for that.
So one more thing I did not mention, a good thing Rylan reminded me. So regarding them not having a service department or something, that is absolutely true. These guys do not have an email system where you can email to them like what is the issue. They do not raise a ticket with like a ticket number or something for you as well. What other company did for my controller, that would be an entirely different story. But that was a very good experience. These guys do not take email. They don't produce a ticket number or anything like that. You know what they do? They tell you to WhatsApp.
So unprofessional.
I know, right? And they have like, if it's WhatsApp, tell me, you can like reply to me even when you're sleeping. Like you get one notification, and you can reply to me. They have these like very tight windows, like 9 to 5. You're not gonna reply to your WhatsApp after 5 p.m., even if you're dying to. So like, I have to communicate with them on WhatsApp, knowing my tight schedules and me working a job. That is just not possible. So that is one of the reasons why it took so long. But if only they had an email system, right? I can send an email to them anytime. They can
See,
reply
not
to
an
it
email
during their
system in big
working hours.
2025. Seriously, not a big email.
Imagine, bro.
Uh,
So, to all the listeners listening right now, right? So, big learning from this experience would be like, let's say you're very close to make clicking the purchase button for a product from a certain brand. Go to their website.
yeah.
Make sure they have, a customer care email, right? Or they do like some sort of a ticket system, not WhatsApp, right? If they don't, huge red flag. Stay away from that brand. Stay away from it.
Yeah, from those areas. Well,
Exactly.
speaking of
And one more
experiences,
thing. I'm sorry. So one more thing I would like recommend to our viewers is to never go like fall for this warranty thing. Definitely look into if a brand is like actually entertaining your warranty or what they're gonna do with it. Because you never know. You buy an expensive product thinking I'm backed up by a warranty. They just reject your claim. And trust me, these are like those corrupted business practices that a lot of brands do. Me working at one of such brands, I'm not gonna name drop again. I know like businesses don't actually care about you. They have this particular business model where they can give you an inconvenience and reject a service to you that earns them a lot, or at least it saves them from spending a huge amount. So definitely look into their after sales service as well. That is very important. And anytime you're like looking into a product.
thanks, Hester. Thanks for your wonderful, not wonderful, sorry, negative experience, but wonderful education in that topic. Speaking of experiences, Ryan,
Yeah.
you gonna tell something about your IMDb binges, bro?
Yeah, sure. So, for the listeners who may not know about this, the first episode shared light on how I was the degenerate, the degen. But maybe the second episode may shed light on a different aspect of my personality.
Multiple
Side of
persona
my
moment.
personality that I'm a movie buff, right? I love to watch movies and television shows, even anime. But for the sake of this segment, let's just talk about movies. So I don't know how many listeners actually have ever visited IMDb, the website, right? They may, from the outside, may look at that numerical score out of 10, to take into consideration before they make the decision to watch a movie or not. But I decided to actually go on the website and they actually have a list, the one that IMDb creates of its own, of every single movie on its database. So this list is called the top 250 movies on IMDb of all time. So it ranks the movies based on the ranking, that is based on 1 to 10, how high it is. And not just that, because a movie could be a 10 on 10, but only one person is given a review, right? So the second parameter
Uh-huh.
is the quantity of people. So it's a weighted average of both. That let's say 500,000, 600,000, 1 million people have given the reviews. So considering the both, it ranks the top 250 movies from all the lakhs of movies that it has on its platform. So I think early this year or late last year, I started watching the stuff. So and I discovered like some of these films, like most of the films I would say that are on the top 250 are like around the 2000s, right? The early 2000s or the 80s, 90s, or even older than that. So I tried to not watch something that was too old, 60s, 70s, but anything that is in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, I watched them all. So I think I've almost watched like almost 200 movies from the top 250 of the uh,
Jeez.
IMDb.
Bro, that'd be like a milestone for you know what? Watching even 10 films is a milestone for me, bro. I can't with movies. Like I just can't. Like I
And
don't. It's like
and
I'm
bro,
late to watch movies.
Bro,
It's like whenever I
this
feel
thing,
like whenever I reach at a certain wavelength, like, oh, I want to watch The Godfather. Like I feel very what do you say, mafia energy right now. Oh, let's watch this movie, and then I'll just like I'll watch the first movie and the second movie, and I'll like watch the third movie. Like it's a trilogy, right? I watch the third movie after like months or years even. I can't keep consistency when it comes to movies. I don't know how Rylan does it. Like, what keeps you consistent, Rylan?
Okay, that's a great question. So one of the things is, yeah, I will talk about consistency. Consistency is it's not that difficult. I think it's just about passion, right? I'm drawn to these films because I love storytelling, the telling stories and also consuming stories. So naturally they call out to me, right? It's an attraction and chase type of a dynamic. The films attract me and I chase them. I wanted to talk about this thing wherein I almost watch 10 films a day, right? So, and another thing, parallel.
What?
Everybody can recall, right? That one masterpiece movie they watched. But obviously, everybody is not watching masterpieces every day or every other day. They might be watching every week, once a month, or very infrequently. But every movie on that top 250 list is a masterpiece. Now, if you're binging that top 250, imagine just hitting masterpiece after masterpiece back to back. Like I watched the Godfather trilogy back to back to back. So that's like one film is 3 hours. So that's for
I
like a
guess you're
9 hour binge.
spoiled by the quality.
Yeah, spoiled, absolutely spoiled.
Yeah.
so one more thing I wanted to know, how do you like watch so many movies on a daily basis? Because I remember you did not start this challenge not too long ago. I think it was like, let's say, not even a year, I think. But how do you do that? Like, because when I try to watch a movie, it takes me hours to do that. It is never done in one sitting, especially if I'm watching a film. So, like, I need to go for dinner and I need to do this and that. And I eventually got to a point where I forget where I last ended my movie. And I'm trying to like search through the scene where, this is where I maybe ended. And then I remember, oh no, maybe I've watched all this part. I just don't remember. So how do you manage to watch all of them in such a one go? Like, how do you do that?
I'll explain. So
What's the
there's a
secret?
technicality on one thing, and then we'll talk about watching movie in one sitting, right? So the technicality is, boy, am I going to get cancelled? I watch all my media except songs, of course. There is no exception here. In 2x, I'm talking about the playback speed here. Whether it be
Oh,
film,
You
a
what?
TV show, an anime, it can be any video form, even podcast. I listen to all of them in 2x. So that's a separate long story of how
That's
why I do that.
crazy, bro.
So we'll get into that. But the second thing is, yeah, how Asar said, he never watches like films on one sitting. Maybe he can't. So for me, I always like to watch things like films in one sitting, and I finish them. So the concern of where I am, where to continue, never arises because I always finish it in one sitting. I never carry forward a film to the next day. I
he's
make
a
sure to
freak.
finish it on the same day.
He's a freak with movies,
Yeah,
brother.
that I
Like
am.
watching everything in 2x, that's like, how do you even like wrap your head around like any complex concept? Let's say you have to understand a little bit to see what is going on with the movie. Let's say you're watching something by Christopher Nolan, let's say Inception or Interstellar or something. How do you wrap your head around? Because I'm pretty sure you need to concentrate a lot and you need some time to like think what is going on. If you're watching in 2x, the moment is just gonna pass and you're gonna be like, okay, next time.
Okay,
So how does
great.
that
Expanding
work
on
for
that
you?
question, expanding on that question, whether it's an emotional or like a really like it's a crying scene, like it's or a romantic scene, like how do you feel? Like, does the wavelength just like go and like it's like a fleeting moment, like oh okay, done, we're done with that scene.
Oh, he died. So
Right,
sad.
right. I
Anyways,
like how
Okay, guys.
you guys are
Anyways,
looking at this very
anyways,
strangely. Like, how is this psychopath like doing these things, right? Like, he definitely is a serial killer, under the hood. But no. So, for like, how do I explain it? Like, when so I would assume like the default playback speed is 1x, right? So that's the default. When you're watching things in 1x, you wouldn't say it's slow or you wouldn't say it's too fast, right? It's just 1x. It's the default. So now,
yeah.
coming back to me, 2x is my default. So when I consume things on 2x, they do not feel slow to me. They do not feel fast to me. So the way you guys see 1x, I see 2x. Now that we're on the same page, let's talk about Christopher Nolan and then the sad thing. Okay, let's address the sad thing first, the sad scenes. See, I don't judge. If I were to continuously keep increasing the playback speed, decreasing it for certain bits and other bits, then it's too much of a hassle. It's turning into an inconvenience. And as I said, for me, it's either way is the same speed. Like as I view 2x as how an average person views 1x. That's not really a difference for me. So I set it at one uniform playback speed for the entire duration of the medium. Talking about the Christopher Nolan films are generally known to be very complex, right? Very things like you may have to go after the film, search online, what did I just watch? Please explain. Movie name explained. So, I mean, I did watch, right? I watched Tenet, I watched Inception, I watched, yeah, and I can't recall any more films right now with complex
Oppenheimer.
topics. What?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but Oppenheimer wasn't a complex, it was just like a war thing,
It
right?
wasn't. It wasn't. To be fair, it was
Yeah.
like just nuclear.
Just Tenet and Inception. Of course, there might be more I can't recall.
Yeah.
Are the more like complex films, right? And stuff. See, the thing is, again, I don't have to explain it. It's the 2x 1x thing only. Sure, things go fast, but I keep up. So I've noticed, like, okay, let me pivot this right from the playback speed to the subtitle thing. Uh, so, what do we think about subtitles when we are talking about movies? Are we for subtitles, against subtitles? We turn it on, turn it off. Like, what's our take on it? I'm for subtitles.
I'm. Let's say if I'm watching alone, like with the headphones on, I don't need subtitles.
Okay.
I'm not for subtitles alone, but
So,
an exception. Because like everybody's talking, everybody's like the TV is far away and everything, so we need to get an idea of what the movie is all about. So I'm all for subtitles when it's like a get together, you know.
So for me, I'm 100% into subtitles. The reason being, movies these days, I don't know why, they just have this particular trend where the background noises are extremely loud. For some reason, every action scene has this extremely loud background noises, and you can barely hear the person like what exactly he's saying. I think it's just maybe it is meant for a theater where you can actually hear because they have different like surround systems and stuff. When you're wearing headphones, you just have two speakers. Both the speakers are gonna like oversaturate the action volumes and you can't hear the voice properly. And obviously, no one is gonna just go ahead and go into the audio mode and change it to like voice or something for just one particular scene. So I think subtitles help a lot in these situations. There are also times in movies where they're speaking another language or something, or there is some situation that is tough to understand. Let's say a character who's disabled and he's trying to say something, then the subtitles help a lot in that case. Especially as Rylan said that he watches things in 2x. For me, if I'm using 2x, I definitely need subtitles because otherwise it's just gonna go over my head. It starts to sound like those minion characters with the bananas.
Okay, so I will add on what Asir said. He said a lot of great points. So the thing is, if we compare audio and visual, the visual being the subtitle here, in 2x, it is you can read the subtitle faster than you can decode the audio or the dialogue spoken. That is why subtitles are a must. And so for me, I am also on 100% subtitle train. Like subtitles to me is like the audio that accompanies the video in a movie. If there is no subtitle, that means the audio is not there in the film. I'm just watching a
You
deaf
can
film.
basically visualize the voices
Yes.
while you're reading.
It's
Like you
like a
you
permanent
can hear
thing. I am not
voice.
watching anything
Yeah,
that does not have subtitles. And so he
exactly.
also made a thing about how there is a dissonance between the action sounds in the film or like just background sounds versus the speech. And so I watched an interesting video, and he also made
Yeah.
about that film how it is meant for the cinema. And again, so it's that only. So I watched a film educational video on YouTube made from this Vox channel. I think it's about journalism. So they talked about how again the same like why can't we hear like what the dialogues are in the films these days. So it's basically the mixing thing. Mixing is the moving around of all the different types of audio in a particular film so that it sounds right. So the thing is, the
Exactly.
movies are made for the cinema traditionally, so they have made with several different channels, like considering how many sound systems are there in any given cinema room. But the thing is, but nowadays people are watching it on their phone, which is stereo, left and right. So imagine compressing all of those channels into just two channels. Like imagine the amount of like things you're losing. No wonder you have to continuously keep decreasing the volume the moment an action scene starts, the guns go blazing, and then keep increasing the volume when the person starts talking. It's not on the same level.
Exactly. Super saturated sometimes. Um, any like okay, you watched 250 top IMDb. Pick any three you like.
Yeah, so
Go.
that very reason I actually track it, or yeah, the exposure won't catch it. But I made an Excel sheet on which I track the names of the movies I watched. So I'll just look and name three films. I knew this would be coming up. Let's see. Okay, I didn't watch Forrest Gump film for the longest time. Okay, don't hate on me. Okay, sometimes you can live under a rock your entire life. So I
I
didn't
don't
watch.
even know what movie that is.
You don't know Forrest Gump? Wow.
No.
It's great. I won't describe it. It's just a great film. Like it's something you have to watch. So that's one. I
Yeah,
okay.
in a movie.
I didn't
Mm,
watch. The second film I would say is The Shawshank Redemption, the number one film on IMDb of all time. I hadn't watched until like a few months ago. So actually, the thing is that when I looked at the poster and the name, I thought it was some Chinese film, right? I thought Shawshank, some Chinese thing, it's like a kung fu martial arts movie. So I just stayed away from it for the longest time. Only when I clicked on it did I realize like it's completely different. Like it's about like being
yeah.
prisoned wrongfully, and then the story of him in the prison and all. So it's a completely different thing. So yeah, but it's great. That would be the second film. If I were to pick a third film, this
Ooh, drum roll.
Oh, this is hard, man. Okay, yeah, I'll pick again. I would love to go on, but for the sake of just keeping it to three, the third film I would pick is Casino. It's a film Casino. Uh,
What's it about? Like a
it's
brief
uh,
synopsis.
it's basically set in the Las Vegas, and we're following this main cast of star-studded actors back in the early 2000s. And so it's basically about this guy running a casino and stuff. So how he does it.
Uh-huh.
It's like with the mafia, underworld, drugs, money, and all the other NSFW stuff. That may not be safe for the pod, but it's really great. The story. It's a long film as well, being old. It's like around 3 hours in runtime. But it's an absolute worth watch. I'm not that good with actor names, but if I could, I would name them. Hold on, let me just do a quick Google search. I think you would recognize some of these big ticket
All right.
actors.
Of course. Why not?
I love it when I type casino into Google, like casino shows up, not the film. Okay, let me go to the cast. So yeah, Robert De Niro is in the film. That's a big name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's one of the yeah. So
Robert De Niro. Where have I heard this name, man?
I'll tell you some other films Robert De Niro is in. He was there in Goodfellas, right? He was there in Goodfellas. He was there in Heat. He was there in The
Oh,
Intern. He was in The Godfather Part Two. Yeah, so he was in pretty a lot of films.
oh, Godfather Part
Is
Two.
he was he also in Taxi Driver? Can you just
Yes,
Google that right?
yes, he was. How do you know that?
Okay. No wonder. Taxi Driver is my favorite film of all time. Like one of the favorite films of all time.
Tell us about it. Like,
Uh-huh.
how did you watch it? When did you watch it? And your thoughts on it.
So I watched it at this particular stage in my life where I was like extremely lonely and I was feeling like I'm just a guy who goes to like work and just comes back, no particular life, no social life, anything like that. It was a very bad time of life. At that point, I wanted to watch something relatable. So I was like, I had this in the back of my mind that there is something called Driver. I can watch that. It's a good movie and stuff like that. I heard a lot about it when I actually watched that movie now, so there is this extremely lonely vibe that you get from the movie. Ever since you start the movie till the end of the movie, you feel extremely lonely for some reason. I would say it's a very slow film. It's about like just a regular guy doing his taxi work. He does not know anything in the city. He is like I think a Navy retired guy, I think, or something like that. So this particular movie is very famous among those Sigma Film Bro communities. So it's like one of those movies you watch along with American Psycho and stuff. But it's a very good movie in my opinion. So I wouldn't spoil too much. It does not have a very strong plot point. It's just about, let's say, like a documentary, not a documentary exactly, but about a life of just
Would you say
a
it's a
guy.
slice of
Like
life?
in a depressing way, yes, it is. I think
Yes.
that movie was directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm not sure. But yeah, it is extremely good. I love that movie.
So Ali was mentioning earlier of how when I mentioned that I was watching masterpiece after masterpiece that I was spoiled. So I want to add on that. So when you watch so many masterpieces back from the like old films, and then you just run out of
Yeah.
them because the list ends run at 250. So and then you go back to just watching the the films released nowadays in the 20s. It's like nowadays, like the films just don't hit as hard as they did. Like nowadays, like which was the last film, like a recent film that you watched, which just hits was so good. Like there are very few. I would say one of them again would be like John Wick, right? The John Wick franchise is still going strong. We started up early, but it's still going strong. It is going so strong. In fact, again, spoilers for the latest part. Did it, and if you not watch it, I was going to spoil it.
I haven't watched Ballerina, but like
No, no, I'm not
the
talking about
third
Ballerina,
movie.
just the main John Wick series.
Oh, like the third movie. Yeah, I cried basically.
No, no, the fourth film. There was a fourth film in the franchise as well.
Oh, the fourth film. Was it the fourth film? Oh my God. Anyway,
Was confused. Anyways, what I was saying is there is one. It's not a movie, but it's a series. The Boys. It's
Yeah,
still going
of
strong,
course.
and it's a masterpiece. It's an
But today we're
absolute
talking
cinema.
about
You
just
know what I
movies,
mean?
right? So we can't like can't compare to apples to oranges.
Yeah.
We'll talk about in a
True.
series, top 250 series on IMDb. We'll get to the series part. We'll
oh,
discuss on the show.
that would be for the
Uh,
next time, guys. That the series. Yeah, that's an interesting topic.
We
Series. Yeah,
can
we have a
definitely,
lot to talk about series, don't we?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
We can
Yeah,
definitely make a
we
three
agree.
by three, right? Of our favorite movies, series, anime. We can just do that.
that'd be interesting. That'd be super interesting. All right. Um. That was a pretty interesting episode. Like second episode, guys. We survived. Let's go. Anyways, that's all for this episode, and I hope you guys would tune in next Wednesday. And yeah, I guess this is goodbye for now. Was it has
Yes,
been
sir. So, guys, just stay tuned until the next episode. Try not to get nuked until the next episode. Hopefully,
yeah, let's
what is
not
not
get
stuck.
cancelled, guys.
Let's not get cancer.
Yes, sir.
Make sure to
Anyway,
subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or any platform you're listening to. And with that, bye.
bye
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Bye bye.